Hello and welcome to another update video about Solana. Solana continues to move in this sideways range. We have a small breakout out of this white triangle, but as shared intentionally, and I shared with you both of these in the last few days. We've got this white structure as well as the yellow structure. Basically just the trend lines I'm highlighting here, and we have these white trend lines which the price respected, but it was my impression over the last few days that we might be morphing here into a more extended triangle pattern in yellow, which at least defines a larger range that allows the price to extend a little further sideways. And you can see these dotted lines, they represent this range. It's quite well defined actually, and it seems like the price might go that way because yes, we have a break out of this sort of descending trend line to the upside, but it's not very aggressive yet. And to be honest, that doesn't really give us a lot of hints of where it wants to go. I mean, of course, you know, it shows the willingness of the bulls to push the price higher, but let's be honest, the price hasn't broken out of the yellow trend line yet to the upside. We are still below the red resistance box. The price hasn't even made a new high. And to be fair, we see already a little bit of a reaction there, a rejection. So yeah, I don't think we have any further clues as to whether the price wants to follow the white structure that still allows for another high into the region of $135 plus in an extension of the third wave, which is our short-term bullish scenario as described in the last few days. I don't think we have any further hints if it wants to go that way or if the yellow count is playing out, which allows for a break to the downside in a C wave. What I can tell you is I haven't got any impulse to the downside. So no, on the smaller time frame, there's no impulse, which means I cannot clearly favor the yellow count. And we are still holding above this key $85.50 level that I mentioned in the last few updates more and more. Because as long as this level, which is the low that was formed on the 8th of January, as long as this level is holding, we have to keep the door open for higher, okay? So the analysis gives us very, very clear parameters to watch. It doesn't give us a crystal ball, especially not in the current situation in which not even the market knows what it wants to do. It's just moving sideways, just sideways consolidation. The price is holding above $100 at the moment, but it doesn't seem to be very stable at this stage. It's just slightly chaotic sideways action here that we see. And you can see the key parameters, the resistance parameters on the chart. So in terms of Fibonacci resistance, we've got $104, $109 and $116.44, with $116.44 as main resistance because this is the 78.6 retracement level. This will make the yellow count far less likely if we break above that level. And it's also a structural resistance level of a swing high that was formed on the 2nd of January. So the yellow count, of course, you know, there's the idea that the B wave could form a triangle, but even if we break out of the triangle higher, it's still possible that the B wave extends as a normal WXY structure, okay? So that's the problem here with this chart at the moment. It allows for more transformations of the corrective structures, and we can still not clearly say which one is in control. You can see it. I mean, it's just moving in corrective structures in a range. But yeah, I think it all comes down to one key level, which is 85.50. As long as that level is holding and we don't get a sustained break below that level, the door is open for an extension of the third wave higher. And on top of that, also the B wave can of course extend. So there are two scenarios in which we could still move higher, whereas it takes a break below 85.50 to confirm the yellow count. So yeah, it has grown quite substantially in size, this correction. So it's not that I'm saying it will definitely look better with one more high. It would still be acceptable, it would still be okay, and against 85.50, it's a reasonable assumption to still look for one more high into the region between $135 and yeah, 147, maybe even stretching it to 173. But it's just that the chart hasn't given us a clear signal it wants to go that way. What would I see as a clear signal? Well, the first signal would be indeed a break above the yellow line. But then I need to see further confirmation with a sustained break above $116.44. Yeah, and if we zoom out again, for anybody who's new, I mean, the idea is anyway that in both scenarios, we should see a wave 4 and then a wave 5. So the question is, do we see the wave 4 right now? Or do we go up further first in a third, then we do the fourth, and then we do the fifth? So it's overall a bullish scenario. The main support area on the chart is between $47 and $59.41. $79.34 is relevant, but it's a bit shallow for a fourth wave. So, but it could be that this entire wave 4 forms a triangle, and it might never get to the support area. So it's just support. It's not a target. At the moment, I don't see all of wave 4 as a triangle, but I see potentially the B wave as a triangle, which might then give us a C wave down. That might change. We always have to be willing to adjust, in a correction. There's really not more I can offer at this stage. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.